in their 60s and 70s who are striving to beat back time by running harder and working more feverishly and getting more facelifts, hair plugs and ulcers, chasing shadow and living in fear. I have nothing against plastic surgery, but you understand the point. When we're using cosmetic surgery, for example, or a more hectic schedule, or becoming more ambitious as a way to counteract the fear of time, we're only perpetuating the conflict within ourselves. Now, this traumatizing approach to time is a relatively new invention. It's a product of the Industrial Revolution that has been made much, much worse by technology. For most of our history, humans have lived in far greater harmony with time's slow passage. Indeed, there are indigenous cultures, such as the Moken people in Indonesia, that have no word for time. When you visit a Moken village after a 20-year absence, you'll be greeted as if it were yesterday. With our emphasis on material life and gain, we have despiritualized time almost entirely. Philosopher Mircea Eliade wrote a half-century ago, quote, "The modern West is the first culture that has managed to strip time and space of all sacredness and to produce a fully practical, efficient, and profane world." Now, that may be an overstatement, but Eliade's point is well taken. We have misplaced the sacred dimension of time. That's why a book like Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now caused such a sensation. It reminded us of what the mystics call nunc fluens, or eternal time, as opposed to nunc stans, which is hourglass time. Eternal time never runs out. The 7th century philosopher Boethius put it this way. He said, "The now that passes produces time. The now that remains produces eternity." This eternal flow, which can also be called simply being present, is the antidote to time as the enemy. Those moments when time seems to stop? When you're in nature, or you're making love, or you're reading a good book, getting lost in the flow of writing or some other creative activity. In those moments,